All right, my guest today has run a business and has run for public office. He's a noted pharmacist and was the Lagos State governorship candidate for the PDP in 2015. His friends and supporters refer to him quite fondly as JK. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please, let's welcome Mr. Jimi Agbaje.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, you see, we are very excited to have you in the studio today. Yeah, you are a renowned pharmacist and you have been subject of many rumors as a politician. In today's life, we have fake news, we have fake drugs. Which of them do you think
another news?
Yeah, which of them? No, another news is not fake news. So we have fake drugs. Today we have fake news. Which of them do you think is the big problem that society faces now?
Well, I think...
Which of them is a bigger problem?
They're both big problems. They destroy in different ways. I suppose fake drugs, you may have no second chance. If you do take fake drugs, there may be no second chance for you.
Yeah.
With fake news, where you'll be misled. So to that extent, if I have to choose, I'll say fake drugs is worse.
Okay. All right, let's go into politics. Recently, you ran for PDP chairmanship, and you pulled out a bit late in the game. What happened?
Oh, nothing happened.
Because we were just following all these things in the
yes,
press.
Nothing happened. That has not happened before.
Okay.
When you want to run for office, you run because you believe you can win. We had a situation where I thought I could win, and we ran. Then the politics changed. You know, politics too is about intrigues, it's about strategy, and everybody uses what he has to get what he wants. Yeah. And so all of a sudden, the race started as who would be the best person. I went on with my strategy that what the party needed was a new face to be able to attract new members, to be able to attract followership from outside the party. Right. That was what I ran on. Okay. Then all of a sudden, the strategy changed to should it come from one region or the other region. Okay. And the moment that strategy changed, you then had the struggle as to which region it should be. So you had a situation where it was either going to be Southwest or South-South. And we, of course, as politicians, you make your case. And I think you had a situation where you had, I believe, 7 of us coming from the Southwest. You had 2 coming from the South-South. Okay. And the idea was we'll try and convince each other to step down. And so if you read my withdrawal letter, it was that, well, this game has become South-South and Southwest. Okay. If there are 7 of us coming out from Southwest, it's not likely that either of us, or any of us, will win. So why go for a race that is already decided?
So you saw the political handwriting on the wall,
it was very clear.
You applied wisdom.
Oh, straight.
Please stay with us. Don't even go anywhere because this interview is getting exciting. And somewhere before we come back, or somewhere in the course of the program, we'll pay tribute to one-time Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Dr. Okey. Yeah, still on the other news. Keep watching. It's still the other news, and we still have Mr. Jimi Agbaje here with us. Okay, you ran a very spirited campaign in Lagos State. Election day came, and the people decided. You conceded. Did you make a phone call? Did you call Ambode, or how did it go down? Because
you know, politics is some way sports. Yeah. You win, you lose. Sometimes you even lose and you feel you shouldn't have lost. Yeah. Sometimes you lose and you say, but I didn't lose. Yeah. But at the end of the day, once a decision is taken, then you accept it. And that's being a sportsman. And so naturally, the moment the results were announced...
You're a gentleman, sir. I must say that. For me, seeing events play out, the one moment that got me thinking was, let me just be in your shoes for once. I was thinking when they announced that the president at that time, Goodluck Jonathan, had lost the election, and you knew that the gubernatorial election was still to come, what was that feeling?
it was that, wow, this mountain is going to be a much higher one to climb.
I can imagine that. I can imagine that because I know lots of politicians will be thinking that as well at that time, seeing that, wow, if it had happened at the federal level.
Yes. And, you know, all of a sudden, you know that there are more odds stacked against you.
Yeah, yeah.
You talk about the bandwagon effects and all that.
And all that.
Yes.
Okay. Your slogan then was, I am not one of them. Okay. What informed your choice of that slogan? What makes you different from the average politician?
I'll be honest with you, that slogan was not mine. I think people changed the interpretation. In 2007 when I ran.
But it was good though.
Yeah, in 2007 when I ran, I talked about same of the same.
Yeah.
And none of the same. And at that time, the reason was because those of us who were running for office then, you had all the other aspirants in Lagos State then were part of government or had been part of government.
Yeah.
And I was not a part of government. So I was saying that I am not one of them, you know, indirectly. And of course, I've always said that I've come into politics. I call myself a technocrat in politics. So to that extent, my politics is not the way the generality look at politics. It's not do or die. It's about service. It's not politics for self. It's more for service. So you try, like I said, to differentiate yourself that this person you see is not just going to say it, he's going to show it in ways and all that. And so it was easy to say, well, congratulations, Governor Agbaje or Mr. Agbaje, you have been declared winner, you are the winner. Not many politicians will do that. So these are some of the ways you say that you are a bit different.
Okay, good. Some of your, I think we can clap to that. I think we can clap to that. I think we can clap to that. Some of your supporters are very young people, and seeing what is happening in the polity, you know, 2019 in the horizon. How do you think that? How do you think the youths today will be more relevant come 2019 than they have ever been?
I think the reality is gradually our votes are beginning to count. We're not where we want to be, and I think they should feel more interested in wanting to play their own part. Their own part is to ensure that they go out to vote, and that's very important because they're in the majority. And you see, when you come together as in numbers, then those in office will be afraid. The politician only fears the person that has the capacity to remove him or her.
Yep.
So if a politician believes that you are a typical politician, I suppose that's why I say I'm not same of same. If a politician believes that you're going to make a lot of noise, but you're not going to do anything,
you back and not bite.
Then you can back.
Yes.
You know, but if he believes
that you have
the power to make him or to unmake him, then he listens to you. So I believe that if the youths speak and say they're going out to vote,
match their words with action.
Yes, and they get there and vote. And you then have somebody they have voted for who misbehaves. They also have the power to get the person out.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Your friend, Dr. Okey, and even President Obasanjo, they think there's need for a third force aside the PDP and the APC come 2019. What's your take on it, sir?
Well, it's a democracy. Let me put it like this, and very seriously. Everybody has a role to play.
Yep.
So it will depend on because there are many third forces. It's not just Obi and President Obasanjo.
No, they are not saying they are the third force. They are saying forces. That a third force is required. So aside from the two,
I think it's important to ask why they want to make the third force. You know, is it to take power? Is it to put a check on the political class? Because what you find abroad is that the civil society, which is what you could call the third force that don't have political parties, put the politicians on their toes. And it's the same power that we have the power to put you there and we have the power to remove you. Now, you can build a formidable platform that has that power. But if it is a third force that maybe would emerge into a political party, it may be a long-term thing, but definitely it wouldn't be for this 2019. And it's simple. If the grudge is that you feel that those in office today are not doing well, it means that going into the next elections, The votes would be those who want this same government or this same person and those who do not. Now, if your reason is that you don't want this person in office or this party in office, then it means that there are two camps. Now, the other camp will now be divided, because if you say A is not good and B is not good, and you form your own third one, it means that your third one and that B are going to share the vote, similar to the analysis I had given in my own, where seven of us have to share to be chairman. You will now have two of you sharing the anti-present position vote. And that will be a difficult sell.
And before you know, you play into the hands of the people you're trying to avoid.
So the people you're trying to avoid. But if it is that you're saying that this movement, this third force, is we're only going to support the right people. We're only going to push for the right people. Like I said, the politician is a coward.
Not to cut you off.
Yes.
Okay, third force aside, all right? I think part of the problem that everybody complains about is internal democracy within the parties.
Yes.
People believe that if all members of the party are allowed to play a role in deciding who their flag bearer is, it will help our democracy.
Agreed.
What do you think?
I agree. But you see...
As against party
I agree.
delegates
I agree.
Organizing primaries.
But you see, you can't build something out of nothing. This issue of internal democracy is not just for the political parties alone. It happens everywhere else. It happens in our churches, it happens in our mosques, it happens in our homes, where one person just takes leadership and takes all the decisions.
And decides everything.
You know, so we're trying to create some kind of utopia when in every other place it's not there. So it's going to take time. And so my message to the third force people is you got to come into the party and make change from within, rather than, because if you form a third party, it's still the same politicians that you don't want that are going to come inside there, and they're going to play the same game. That's the reality.
That is an awesome analysis of the situation.
Yes.
What is the way forward, sir? What is the way forward for you politically?
Me as a person?
Yes, as a person.
You know, politicians don't give all their strategies out. But let me put it like this. I remain in politics. And I'm not running away from politics. As to what role I'm going to play, I think very soon time will tell.
Thank you very much, sir. It's been amazing having you on the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. Ladies and gentlemen, please a big round of applause for.
Thank you.
Yeah.